Hello, and welcome to episode 58 of the Cooler Guild, the season and series finale of the Cooler Guild.
Just stop it.
Gonna wrap it up now.
No, we're not.
I'm Coop Cooper, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host, Van Crisp.
Hi.
We're recording on Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. On today's episode, we have to relive one of the worst days as a Rain fan. End of sentence. All right. But first, before we get into that, some housekeeping.
Yeah. The Cooler Guild is part of the Sound at Heart podcast network. You can either listen to us on our public feed, or if you're a Sound at Heart subscriber, on the private unified feed with the other podcasts on the network. If you'd like to become a subscriber, just visit our page at soundatheart.com/the Cooler Guild. New subscribers get 10% off the normal rate, and you'll help support everything we're doing. You'll help support whatever addiction I'm going to get if this season goes like this last game.
Yeah. What kinds of things could we get addicted to that wouldn't be actually an issue? I've got my Pocopia, so we're good there. I'm good there. I mean, I might never see the outside again, but that's fine.
Yeah. I have been doing my puzzle.
You love a puzzle.
I
love a
puzzle.
There's a puzzle exchange in my town. Did you know that?
Oh, that's nice. I have one at work.
Yeah, I think we talked about that, but I think they meet like at least once a month, like on a Sunday once a month, but they might be like every other week. I should go check it out.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah.
Let's talk about one of the worst days I've ever experienced, as I was at this match.
Yeah, given all the events that occurred before this match, I was already not wanting to deal with traffic getting to Portland on a Friday because I live in a small town, and the longest drive for me to usually deal with on a semi-regular basis is like 10 minutes. Which is awesome, but I certainly didn't want to drive to Portland for what seemed like might go really poorly, and it went worse than I ever could have possibly imagined.
Yeah, I mean, at least I got to hang out with my sister. Yep.
Yeah, I would.
And I went to the Adidas employee store where I ran into Marcelo Balboa.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Anyway, going into the match, we were already really set up for failure. The availability report, Bug, Holmes, and Menti still out. Fischl picked up an injury right before she came off the field in the Orlando game, so we knew we were going to be light there. And then, of course, there was the travel nightmare.
The travel nightmare is a fucking shit show, right? Everyone fucking knows at this point. Like, the news even wanted to actually talk about the rain for once, which kind of they did a whole piece on them. Like, where's this fun coverage for the rain other parts of the year? The part that I didn't really think about was the weather delay stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew it was an issue, but I pulled up this quote from Harvey because I wanted to kind of, if anyone hadn't read what her pre-game presser or whatever it was, what she said about the weather delay. She said, I think the other piece, which blew my mind, honestly, seeing some of the physical data after a game, is that the players that didn't even touch the field, their data numbers, whereas if they played nearly 90 minutes because of the 3 warm-ups we ended up doing, and all that goes into a rain delay game. I'd never seen physical numbers like them. Our starters probably did numbers that they would do in nearly two games in that game. So that on top of all of the other stuff, there's no one that you can look and go, they're fresh and ready.
Like a fucking pizza.
Everybody's sort of in the same boat, so we've just got to go with how we feel, how people are feeling, and making sure we don't put anyone at huge risk of injury as best as we possibly can, and obviously try and put the best team out there and get a result. That didn't happen, but that's kind of wild to think about. Like, literally no one was basically ready fitness-wise in a reasonable fashion.
Yeah, they barely had 24 hours at home.
So there's no training. They're overworked. Who knows what their fatigue was mentally?
There was training.
One day, right?
A day and a half, because they trained. They trained before they got on the bus to go down.
And how many extra days did Portland get to prepare?
A lot.
And it was at their home. I mean, but yeah, I'm kind of speechless to some extent about how fucked everything was going into this.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, which you should know, the Reign lost 2-0 at Portland. And first of all, there was the quickest double yellow in league history.
Both were warranted, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Despite what Portland fans think.
Yeah, the 8th minute for the first yellow, and then the 9th minute for the second yellow on the same player.
That's just so careless of her.
Yeah, stupid.
I know they try to let things go in rivalry matches, but like those weren't just nothing fouls either.
No. But yeah, the Thorns decided, well, we're gonna score anyway, and 19 minutes later scored off of a freaking corner kick. It just blew my mind. In my notes, I say a man up, and we still couldn't mark in the box on a corner.
Well, also, look, didn't the corner also come because our player thought it, like they touched it last?
Yeah, it shouldn't have gone out for a corner.
That's a mental thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So then there was another ejection sort of early in the second half, 57th minute. Reina Reyes pulled on Curry's hair. It looked incidental, I will say, but if they're going by the book with these dangerous conduct fouls, like red cards, like they did for Sonis in that game, where it was like, okay, like by the book, that is a red card. This is a red card. You can't pull somebody's hair.
Yeah.
And you could see in the replay, she got a whole handful of it.
Yeah.
But they had already been up 2-0 when that happened.
If we want to try to play, like, to be fair with this, if we just want to play that game, those goals happened. They weren't able to make any adjustments, right? Like, was it a leadership issue on the field that they let into those goals? Because I feel like that's on the players at that point.
Yeah.
Because like the game plan should shift, right? And that's what, Harvey can do that at halftime. Maybe she could do it a little bit from the sidelines and stuff. But that to me just feels like a complete mental collapse. I think you can listen to the press conference with the players, and I could see where this happens, right? Like, you come in there, you feel like shit about everything that's kind of happened to you. All the odds are stacked against you to get a result from this game, right? And all of a sudden, early on, oh shit, they got a red card. We could do something about this, right? We could actually maybe do something. We could get a point. Like we could go score a goal. You get 3 points. I don't know. We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry and try to do something. And then that's where everything went wrong.
Which you don't have to hurry and get something done, because that player's gone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, take your time. Pick them apart.
They did take a lot of time. They took all of the time and didn't score. But to me, it felt just very bland.
I feel like no one was a leader on the field.
Yeah, it really felt directionless. And
Fishlack was on the field, so I don't know. I don't get it. Sure, we can factor in everything that happened before the game leading up to this, and that sucks. But at the same time, like, that kind of collapse, being up 2 players, something went wrong, horribly wrong within the team itself.
Yeah. And we talk about the vibes a lot. They were not good this game.
No.
And I think, like, as much as I don't want to blame, like, scapegoat the issue with the travel and the ability to be prepared or lack thereof, to me, that seems to be a huge issue. I don't think that you can say that wasn't an issue. We just didn't play well. We didn't do enough. No, you didn't do enough, but I don't think you were set up to do well. Mm-hmm. Sure. Would a great team overcome that and figure it out? Yes. This is not a great team to me.
No, we've been pretty transparent about how we don't think that too.
So yes, it played a factor in my opinion. How much of a factor, that is yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so much going on. Notable stats.
I put this is a notable stat. This is the worst I've ever felt after a regular season game since the last away Portland match. I don't like this being a theme.
Yeah.
It's inexcusable. To me, I don't know. I know we've kind of been going through a rebuild, and, it's been so many years since we lost Rapinoe now that we need to find a spark of some inspiration about taking these rival games to like another level. Again, it's hard to like understand where this works though, given all of the circumstances that were part of this result.
Pino was there too.
Yeah.
So was Lou Barnes. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing worked. They tried a whole lot of the same thing, hoping for a different result.
It was dumb. It was dumb.
It was incredibly frustrating to watch.
Is that on the coach, do you think, at that point? In the second half, at least?
I think that changes could have been made sooner. This is if you've been listening to the show for a minute, you'll know that this is a constant critique or question that I have, especially if like you're going to use that as a partial excuse to why the performance was so poor. Then why aren't you taking players out quicker? Players that didn't play 2 matches by the stats from last match, you know?
Yeah.
Put some fresh legs in there. But overall, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to prepare a team to be up 2 players.
Especially a team with, as much as we had people come back this season, they still aren't very experienced.
Yeah. And you train for man up moments, man down moments. Mm-hmm. 2 men, that's 2 women. That's something that rarely happens.
Yeah. And then once they're up 2 goals, I mean, they can just sit back.
Yeah. And
everyone
they
back there
had no answers to the low block,
which isn't surprising because they've proved in the last season with minimal changes made to what we had on the field this game that they lack creativity in moments like that.
Yep. I mean,
so yeah,
the one like close moment that we had was a free kick in the first half, and Coco took a free kick and Meza hit it first time.
It made me
and it went wide near post. Oh, and like that was a spark of, okay, maybe, you know, these 2 can figure it out. Mm-hmm. But that was pretty much about it.
Yeah.
You have anything else to say that worked for you?
Nothing. Yeah, I have nothing. The only thing I wanted to put in here, I had to go rewatch the highlights. I will be honest, so I didn't get through the whole thing because I just got angry. But someone commented on the YouTube of the highlights for the rain. This is on the ring highlights. King Jolly Tofu posted, "Please take this down so I can forget about it." And that was the first comment on there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Please take it down. I am trying to fully just forget about this match as quickly as possible, and I kind of hope the players do too. I mean, they need to take a lesson from it, sure, but this was fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. This was the most shameful I've ever felt.
To do that in Portland is just the part that I can't reconcile with.
They'll never live this down.
No, they'll never live it fucking down. If we went to like KC and this happened, I'd be like, oh fuck, you know. But like, we kind of know that Portland's also been hurting a little bit. Yeah, they have some great players, but they're vulnerable a little bit. And we go and this happens.
Yeah. What didn't work? Everything.
Pretty much.
This game,
here's I guess, well, to make a talking point, because there is a lot that went wrong. I wanted to ask you, because you've played a bit more on teams and stuff. I don't really have as much experience with that. Do you think it's hard, like, because Just Fish, like, it kind of, they played the little clip in the pregame stuff on Amazon Prime coverage or whatever, and it was just like, oh no, fatigue's not gonna affect us. This is my accent of Just Fish Luck. We're not even tired. It's no big deal. Like, we're gonna be fine. It's not affecting us. Like, do you think it's harmful to just, like, I don't know, blindly act like that's actually true? Because, like, deep down, everyone's got to know they don't feel right.
Yeah.
Not even deep down, I would say, because I'm sure you saw it when you were at the press conference, but when Fishlock was reiterating that in the press conference, Mez's body language like shifted, and maybe it was out of just sheer frustration of the result and having to answer that question. But when Fishlock was just like, oh, like we weren't fatigued, like Mez was like, she grabbed her water bottle, and to me, it just looked like she was not in agreement with what Fishlock had to say.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I will say they had us not in a hallway, but in a tiny conference room. So there was a person between me and Jess Fishlock who were sitting at the end of a table. And the vibe was just so bad. Halfway through their interview, I wrote, "They don't want to be here."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why? But yeah,
I just feel like there can be some honesty about the situation, at least a little bit.
I think so. To answer your question here, I think for Jess Fishlock, she's a leader and a person that wants to take responsibility. And after a match that is that bad, I can understand somebody stepping up and saying, hey, this is on us. We didn't execute. It's going to be a hard, difficult, painful lesson. And I get that from a player like her, from the captain of your team. I think that's a responsible thing for the captain of the team to say. Mm-hmm. And I think it's not on her to necessarily bring up that issue because it's not something that they created.
Sure.
She doesn't have control over that.
Yeah.
And I think with Harvey being honest about it, that's more on the preparedness side and the leadership from the coaching staff of saying this is an issue and something that they could have done something different about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just rough. And I think I don't mind that Jess didn't say anything about it. I'm sure it'll get brought up in CBA negotiations. Mm-hmm. But I think that the way that it was handled between the two press conferences was good. Because I don't want the leader of my team going in there and saying, we were tired.
Sure.
Right? I want the leader of my team to be like, this wasn't good enough from us. We need to do better. We need to learn. And they move on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that was a tense room.
I can imagine.
Message.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, I felt that from watching it on YouTube, man. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Just brutal. Do you have any specific things that didn't work? I mean, the whole fucking thing sucks. And again, after hearing what Harvey had to say about how much they had to warm up and how many minutes they got in their legs and stuff in Orlando, and then you factor in the travel issues and everything like that, my complaints that I have about maybe the off season not being so exciting for us in terms of moves, like, does that change with this result? Like do you think this result changes if something's done there? I'm not sure.
I mean, before the match, there was an announcement that we signed a short-term defender.
Yeah.
I like Keeley, but that's not a long-term solution.
Why were they not prepared for that?
That's a great question.
Because we've known...
I think that they had high hopes for Emily Mason.
It hasn't worked so far, which is really a bummer.
Yeah.
Because it kind of needed to work. That's why I was so high on her, is because, like, if it just doesn't work, we're going to have fucking issues.
And it's not working.
It's not working right now. I think it might be working more if she was getting more time in training with, like, Bug actually being the starter and fighting for that spot, being handed it because of a dire situation. Not great.
To be fair, she had time last year.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think that there are definitely gaps in skill that need to be filled. Center back position, yes. An attacking midfielder, something.
Who do you think that falls on?
I think that falls on the GM.
Because I see a lot of people saying Harvey out. When are we going to fire Harvey? When's the team going to show any ambition? And I'm like, well, the ambition part's not on Harvey. Not really. It is to some extent with giving your players, like, belief and all of that. But if these players' skill levels aren't at the same level as the teams that are winning week in, week out, what is she supposed to do?
Yeah, obviously, anytime a team loses in a way such as this, there's going to be blame focused on the coach.
Yeah, which is fair.
That's understandable and it's fair. Coach G is subbed earlier, sure. But when you're coming from a 1 day of training at home, going down to your rivals, highest attendance in home opener history.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All it took was waving some capes out. Portlanders can't resist the capes.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But the filling in the gaps comes from the front office. And I don't see the hold up.
Neither do I.
And I think that that's going to be a big question, an even bigger question now moving forward is when do they sign somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Who do they sign? And how quickly can they come in and make an impact?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Sounder at Heart Podcast Network, which now includes No Sarietes, Lobbing Scorchers, and the Cooler Guild. We've been independent since August of 2023, but need your support to make sure it continues. Although this podcast is free, it's only made possible by your continued support. Memberships start as low as $25 a year, which not only helps make podcasts like this one happen, but also gets you access to everything we produce. If you're able to support us at higher levels, starting at $75 a year, you gain access to a host of other perks, most notably entry into our members-only Discord, where the smartest, funniest, and most engaged commenters share their thoughts and ideas. To find out more, just visit sounderatheart.com and click the subscribe button in the top right corner. Thanks for listening.
This game, I hate talking about this.
Yeah, it sucks. I think we're at the 26-minute mark, so I honestly think we can move on. I think we can do our favorite.
I think that there's one thing I want to talk about from Laura Harvey's press conference that I'll point out.
Okay.
And I thought that this was an interesting way to frame the fatigue issue.
Okay.
When she said when you're fatigued, the first thing that goes is your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we saw that on full display with the lack of creativity offensively.
And the moments where they shut off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did it help? No. Is it the full reason? Also, no.
These were just
I
issues.
think it's a compilation of shit that went wrong.
Everything went wrong, and then the things that we've struggled with were completely exploited.
Yep.
Because these aren't new issues. These are things we've struggled with, and Portland took advantage of it.
Yeah.
So I guess if there's one good thing, it's that our issues are very obvious. So someone needs to fucking do something about it, personnel-wise.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I would agree.
Because when I see results like this and I'm seeing nothing change in terms of what options what do we have really? Because I don't see any options on our bench. Someone needs to fix that.
They need personnel.
I want to see the ambition, man. Like it's so frustrating.
I know it feels like the front office doesn't want us to compete.
I agree, which is weird because they also don't seem to want to market really like big either. So I just don't understand what they're doing at times.
It's very frustrating, and a result like this makes it even more frustrating.
Yeah.
Because like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I don't know. And I was kind of hoping that when the Sounders kind of bought in, at least on some level, right, that we would see some changes with the front office and everybody there, but it doesn't feel like much has changed really, other than having like a few highlight events for the season. I don't get it. At what point is Adrian, for instance, going to be like, I can't have this happen on my watch. We need to change something. Somebody needs to, we can't, like, we want the Reign to be at the same level as the Sounders in terms of success on the field and in attendance. Where is that? Like, I don't see them carrying the same.
No, they're not. I do want to point out one other thing. The moment that I knew the game was definitely going to go poorly.
When I texted you and told you it was going to go poorly.
No.
When
the cooler was tarnished before the game.
Oh, that's right. Mike Watts out on it.
with Lori Lindsay.
So
And they did a Harvey impression, a poor Harvey impression.
Yeah. I don't want to, like, you know, someone on the staff worked hard to get that done, but curses, do I sometimes think there might be something to them? Surely if they're
Dr. Matt
real,
said he has a different one.
Yeah. Our buddy Matt over at the doctor's office, he has an orange Yeti cooler and he is happy to give it to Laura. Full size one, everything. Happy to give it to Laura to just switch it out because, you know, well, I mean, we'll see what happens in the stretch of games. But if, you know, desperate measures need to be taken, why not start with the cooler at least?
Yeah.
Speaking of Dr. Matt, should we go on to our cooler player of the match?
We didn't discuss this. I just put something in.
No, that's fine. I read it. I was like, yep, sounds good to me.
Okay.
The cooler player of the match is brought to you by the Doctor's Office, a great little 12-seat bar on Capitol Hill. The owner is a big fan of the rain and is proud to be our very first sponsor.
The cooler player of the match is the brief hope I felt after the first red.
You know, I did look up and I was like, oh, wait a second. Maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. That was a nice feeling.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was very short-lived.
Yeah. I don't want to go back to these joke cooler player of the matches because we were filled of them.
Yeah, we
first
were.
season of doing this. I would rather that not happen. So please get it together.
I have an honorable mention, and that honorable mention for this, it's not going to count towards the total. But the one player that I saw on the pitch that had a sense of urgency, was working hard, and could tell they were doing the absolute fucking best that they could, was Sofia Huerta.
Wish she had more players around her.
Yep. But anyway, yeah.
Thanks again to our sponsor, the Doctor's Office. The Doctor's Office is the best place to grab a drink before or after a rain match, or really any time right now. Things are not good. Check out their Instagram at TDO Seattle, or better yet, go drink there in person.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. I want to do final thoughts.
For sure.
I put two sections on this. Let's overreact and let's be reasonable with the question mark afterward. So let's overreact. What do you got? Final thoughts.
There was quite a bit of overreaction. I wanted to burn it all down. I know Ron wanted to burn it all down.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really easy to do in the emotions post game, mid game even.
Mm-hmm.
But once I slept on it and had a chance to think, I mean, these are kind of extremely unusual circumstances, right? The schedules, we've really never had to deal with quick matches, playing our rival and all of that in such a short amount of time. The very beginning of the season, injuries, all of that. But the overreaction I think that is legitimate is, yeah, like we've talked about several times in this episode, we need fresh blood. We got to bring somebody in that can make a difference on this team.
Yeah. Because
we have some. Jordan Bug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mia Fischel looked great in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Those are game-changing players. They're both injured. You got to have more.
Yeah. You look at teams that win the championship, they're stacked from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Not that I don't think the players that we have right now can't get to that level. They're not at that level, though. You need to have a balance.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
We do not. So they better be looking and trying to sign somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to throw a riot if we don't have a new player soonish.
Yeah.
You have it in this. If this continues, how long till team considers moving on from Harvey? Like, I still don't think she's the problem.
At this moment, no. I could see this spiraling to a point where it would be the problem.
Yeah.
But I don't.
What are your options, though?
I don't think you get
about.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't think you get a new coach in with this roster and things drastically change. Yeah. Like, that's not going to happen. You need to do something about the roster. You need to bring in big players. Again, I love this team. I love these players. I really do. And I really wish they could get better results. Maybe, again, this is an overreaction segment. But I'm not seeing where you bring in a different coach and somehow all of this changes.
It just doesn't happen.
I mean, if you want to be upset about Harvey Ball, sure, I understand that, but we haven't seen her try and cook with the team that is actually built in a way that seems like they want to win something.
And just think, I mean, it was less than a week ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
From that last game that we played, mm-hmm. that on Sunday, mm-hmm. a week ago today, that I was over the moon.
Yeah. My how things change.
And see, if you keep losing against 9 players, sure. Mm-hmm. But at this point, it's the second game of the season. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to come down to, do they let this loss define the rest of the season in a negative way? Or is this truly rock bottom?
Yeah.
And they move on, change whatever mental roadblock they have.
Yeah.
Get some rest, bring in a player, and do what they can with that. But I don't think you can let this, even though it's hard for me to say because I will be thinking about this probably for the next 3 years, but you can't use this game to be like, oh yeah, well, we're shit.
Yeah.
We're just going to be shit all season.
Yeah. I think
you have to be like, that was a really crappy game. That was the worst feeling I've ever felt. And I never want to feel that again.
Yeah.
And luckily or unluckily, they have a chance to do that on Wednesday.
Yeah. And if we want to add into that, the let's be reasonable.
I guess I was already there.
Yeah. No, you were totally saying that. I just wanted to also say, at least they can look at this result and they know there was a bunch of uncontrollables that played a huge part in this. So like, it wasn't just they went to Portland and they fucking sucked so bad and it was a total collapse, top to bottom. There was no reason for it. There was reasons for it. There was so many reasons for it. Like, this is something that will never happen again. Like, this will never happen to them again going into a game. They will never have these crazy circumstances that happened. The same thing that happened last year. They also had crazy circumstances that got them embarrassed at Portland, where the field was burning their feet.
Yeah.
And sure, Portland finds a way on that other game to deal with it. But yeah, I just... knowing that there's been reasons for some of these things, even if they don't want to use them as excuses, to me at least gives them the grace to not let this be the defining part of their season.
Right.
So we'll see how they respond. I wish they had a week off for it.
There will be in Spokane all week through both games.
Are they still going to go home like they were planning to?
No, they're going to stay there between Wednesday and Saturday.
Okay. And then they're coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we quickly go over? I got to be honest, I didn't really watch the NWSL because I just decided, does soccer matter?
Yeah, I had to unplug.
Yeah.
But the other results from around the league, Orlando tied Denver. Some of these results are kind of surprising. Louisville tied Washington 2-2. Houston blew out Boston, which 3-0. Gotham tied North Carolina 0-0. Mm-hmm. Bay lost to LA 1-3. Chicago today just beat KC 2-1.
Just to really make us feel worse, too.
Jordan Heidema scored the game-winning goal.
I'm happy for her, though, to be clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She's good for 3 a year, at least. Just had to say that.
And then the Wave beat Utah 2-1.
God, and they're getting Macario. It's not fair. Ugh. All right.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. It should have been us.
Okay, we'll move on to the next match. We'll make this a short episode.
Do you think we have a chance of getting Sam Kerr? She's going to Boston, right?
Oh, probably.
That'd be a nice piece, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be sick. Her and Fischel.
Ooh. Yeah, next match we got coming up so quickly. We're playing KC Kerr. The good news is KC just lost, and so I'm hoping we just keep them down. Just keep them down. But yeah, as Van said, this one's going to be at Spokane Stadium. First of 3 matches there. Is that 6 p.m. kickoff Wednesday?
That's what you wrote.
That's what I wrote. I think Susie miswrote it in the article, or someone miswrote it in the article.
What time did it say on the Fought Mob?
On the rain thing, it said 6.
It's 6 p.m.
Okay, I think I should probably tell Susie. Their article already went out. But she can adjust it for later. Yeah, 6 p.m. It'll be on Fox 13 Plus and NWSL Plus.
And we do have extra days of rest compared to KC.
Yeah. Well, we just had more time to sulk.
Yeah.
Things we want to see. What do you got?
I don't know. Maybe score a goal.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think the injuries are still gonna be an issue.
I need, you've kind of had this in here, but I need a reason to feel hope again.
Yeah, I said a glimmer of all not being lost.
Mm-hmm.
Please
do something. It's like poking it with a stick. Do something.
Can it be done if we don't sign anybody or these injuries don't get fixed? I don't. That's what scares me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because KC, I mean, yeah, there's a very good chance they're just going to come in here and make us look stupid. I don't know how this Spokane thing's going to go. It went well for the Sounders. Maybe we can channel some of that energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
The crowd was nice for the Sounders. I know that they seem to have a decent contingency of fans for their team that's actually there. That's the women's team. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Fuck.
I'm going to the Saturday game.
Did you find somewhere to stay?
Yeah, there's a campground.
Oh, cool.
So I'm just gonna camp. It's much cheaper than getting a hotel.
Yeah, the hotels are not fucking cheap.
And I probably won't want to be there for that long. So
no,
but we will see. Wednesday against Casey.
Any shout outs?
I'd like to shout out 2 former FC Olympia players, Sydney Stevens and McKenna Martinez, who both scored goals for their professional teams over the weekend overseas.
Cool. Where are they playing?
I can't pronounce the team names, so
that's fair. It's a struggle. Is it like Norway or something? Sweden? Portugal? I'm just listing countries in Europe.
McKenna's playing in Portugal.
I was like, I thought one of them was playing in Portugal, like that you told me about.
And Sid's playing in...
Is she the one that has like biceps?
No.
Who's that?
Sid's playing for Sligo Rovers.
I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure what country that's in.
No. Must be cool to score goals.
Yep.
I wanted
Ireland. She's playing in Ireland.
Oh, okay. I was like, that kind of sounds a little... We Ireland. Oh.
Jesus.
I wanted to shout out, we have a fantastic person from Seattle right now on RuPaul's Drag Race who is maybe my favorite queen in like the last like 6 years of Drag Race. Jane Don't. The perfect name. And they did the makeover challenge this week. She's fucking crushing it, by the way. She is fucking killing every fucking challenge. She's like setting records for how fucking good she is. But this week's challenge was the makeover challenge, and her partner's name, Maybe Don't.
That's good.
It's really good. Yeah, but she's doing Seattle proud, which is something I need right now.
Somebody better do it. So, at least one queen's doing it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Jane is so good. Jane the photographer.
Did you see the picture that Jane G posted on Bluesky?
Oh, of the static hair?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
There's some weird shit going on in Portland, man. Isn't it Mercury in retrograde right now?
I'm not the person to ask about that.
Alex has been bringing it up. She's not usually the person that brings it up, but someone told her that, and now it's made everything make sense. So maybe we can just blame everything on that, unless it's not in retrograde anymore. In which case, we have serious issues.
Yep.
All right. You can go follow us. Oh, thanks. I guess we should thank our sponsor once again. Thanks again to our sponsor, the Doctor's Office. You can go follow us on Bluesky and Instagram at Cooler Guild Pod.
You send us an email.
Oh, we got some good emails too. We did get some emails. Did you see those?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, if you just want to drive it home on how shitty the situation is for us, please do.
Oh, I had to text Ron after the email he sent after the game because I was sitting there and I was like, I think I had just ordered a beer and a shot of whiskey. To keep them coming. And I was like, I can't do this right now, Ron. I texted him.
Fuck.
Yeah. You can also visit us at our main website, sounderetheart.com/the Cooler Guild.
We're on YouTube all right now because shit's bad, but we'll get back up there soon. Also, there's a lot of fucking games coming up, so it's just really hard to get all these episodes going. But I think also, hot tip for the next episode, we're probably going to do 2 games in one since they're coming really quickly. unless somehow we blow out KC, in which I want to get on and talk about that.
Yeah, maybe we'll go live on YouTube.
But if it goes how I think it's gonna go, which is not well, we're probably just gonna save the KC stuff for the other game that's happening. Which who are we playing after that? Fuck, I really should have prepared more for this.
We played Denver that first game?
I feel like that's correct. Let's just double check though. Because there's it's Sporting. I got confused because it's
Racing.
Spokane. Yeah, Racing Louisville. So
And then Denver's the next Saturday after that.
oh my god, it's so brutal. Just what we needed after getting embarrassed. We're playing the 25th, the 28th, and the 4th, and then we have a good break. So if shit's really bad for a while, we can really take a good regroup. And hopefully get some people back. But yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna save that episode to do the Louisville and the current one together. So just a hot tip for everyone who's looking for it later.
Sweet.
Till next time, I'm Cooper.
I'm Van Chris.
Stay cool, y'all.
Stay cool.